It's just fun because it's not learning Chinese the boring way.
My daughter is really excited about coming to EduGrove because she gets to role play and act out the lesson.
正面大高墙，摇开一扇窗，中间一道门，欢迎朋友来拜访。
Making Mandarin come to life through drama and interactive play. That is the application method that EduGrove Mandarin Enrichment Center seeks to help children reinforce their Mandarin communication skills with.
My husband comes from a non-Mandarin speaking family. He told me how difficult it was to adapt to the rigid methods of memorizing Chinese characters during his school days. His memorization without right application meant that Mandarin was stored only in the short-term memory, easily forgotten after a few weeks. He noticed how I taught through inspiring the imagination and encouraged Mandarin expression through drama. The excitement children responded with during different activities built their confidence when communicating in Mandarin during my privately conducted enrichment classes. The positive way children responded to my methods gave us confidence to start EduGrove with hopes to influence and change the way Mandarin is being taught to students in Singapore.
With emphasis on authentic enunciation and intonation, the Learning Center hires native Mandarin speakers who are also able to speak English fluently. Having a Mandarin teacher who speaks English well allows students not to feel intimidated when clarifying questions they cannot yet express in Mandarin. This is crucial for discerning parents who enroll their children with limited Mandarin comprehension.
Our teachers do not only have high levels of academic qualifications, they go through a rigorous interview process and months of training before they can take a class of their own. But more than having standard Mandarin communication abilities, we look for teachers with a love for children and a strong passion to educate effectively. The EduGrove teacher is not embarrassed to mimic an animal, dress up in outfits that inspire imagination, or immerse themselves in creative challenges with the students. Most of all, they are able to embrace a child and provide a safe environment for children to express themselves.
From playgroup, where adults accompany kids in a playgroup, to Mandarin speech and drama, critical thinking, and creative writing for various age groups, classes engage students both mentally and physically. Their award-winning curriculum for each class is adjusted according to student dynamics. Teachers are trained to constantly review and tailor activities, customizing lesson plans that work best for each student mix.
Through our role-play improvised drama, it really encourages me a lot when I see students apply into their dialogues with the vocabularies and idioms they have learned minutes ago, even months ago. During class, I set the perimeters of the role-playing drama according to the students' strengths, allowing them to decide on a scenario and choose their characters in their story. Students are at times required to role-play without a script or plot line to challenge their creativity and conversational skills. Their confident and natural dialogue in Mandarin has really assured me that long-term memory learning has taken place.
On top of using games and drama, oral exam practices, comprehension, and composition writing are also taught using interactive methods that further translate into test pointers for exams and home revision.
Our constant communication with the teachers at EduGrove really help in understanding how our children have been learning and their progress in Mandarin. The constant feedback we receive have helped us to look into the gaps that we should try to fill out at home.
What I like about EduGrove, the teachers are very fun and they teach very well and sometimes make me laugh.
After every lesson, teachers meet with parents to review the activities and learning goals of the lesson. The review is conducted in English to enable ease of understanding and for parents to better engage by asking questions or pointers for revision at home with their child. The activities reviewed are carefully curated through constant research by the team. EduGrove teachers meet weekly to research trends from various news and social media platforms. They seek inspiration to create enjoyable activities for students, with the aim to build rapport with children as well as instill moral themes that help children become significant contributors to their homes and communities.
I really enjoy the open-minded and loving culture among students and teachers at EduGrove. A while back, I had a student. He had very little Mandarin background, and he constantly expressed his dislike for Mandarin. He kept quiet during group discussion time and sometimes responding only in English. The teachers brainstormed fun ways to encourage him to practice speaking the words taught and prepare revision exercises that he could practice at home with his parents. It warmed my heart to see the students in group helping him along, and it wasn't long before he began to view Mandarin not as a forced language, but a fun way to communicate.
The native teacher is extremely passionate, enthusiastic, and knowledgeable about the native language. She's able to constantly engage my child with her captivating approach towards the Chinese language.
助人为快乐之本，我们要爱护别人，关心别人，这样我们的世界会变得更美好。
The culture of openness is factored into their classroom structure, with white spaces and an open glass concept for students to play and move around in natural lighting, creating less constriction. Learning is also taken beyond their walls and into nature, allowing wider learning opportunities.
When we see students communicating confidently in Mandarin, it warms our heart to know that all our effort and preparation is worth it. Not just because of good Mandarin grades at school, but more so because we know we have helped students develop a strong passion for Chinese learning.
To learn it, love it, and live it. That is a simple yet revolutionary approach to mastering the Chinese language at EduGrove Mandarin Enrichment Center.
I feel learning second language or learning any other language besides your native language is very, very important. Language is a bridge to connect both culture. Language is glue to hold people together. And I started EduGrove about 9 years ago. I think the first calling is probably because after I had my child. And also I realized the way of teaching is so rigid and it's old-fashioned and the students are not interested in this language. So I find that I can make a change. I just want to make the language more beautiful, more interesting, and change the people's image about this language.
EduGrove Mandarin Enrichment Center prides itself as a one-stop solution for every student's Chinese learning needs. Using innovative methods to deliver lessons in a fun and interactive way, the lessons at EduGrove are designed to break away from the rigid way in which Chinese is traditionally taught. Consistently voted by parents as one of the best Chinese enrichment classes in Singapore, EduGrove has a wide range of programs that cater to all ages, levels, and needs. Established in 2011, EduGrove was born of the desire to improve their Chinese communication skills in a truly enjoyable and effective way. Founder Jerry Thassera, who came from a non-Mandarin speaking background, drew from his own experience of struggling with the subject and set out to redefine how Chinese lessons are taught.
The traditional method puts a lot of emphasis on memorization, not leaving any room for imagination and enjoyment. It is boring, tedious, and ineffective for long-term learning. This is why so many of us lose our Chinese language skills once we leave school. My moment of revelation came when I had the chance to witness my wife conducting a class. She made the subject come alive, and I could see that her students were engaged and entertained. I thought, if only I was taught Mandarin this way, I would have done so much better for my mother tongue back in school. This is what drove us both to put everything we have to set up EduGrove.
I think very important for learning language is focus on the experience. When they attend a lesson, that kind of experience that will stay in their mind, and that helps them to retain this kind of information. So I think when we design the course for the language, it has to be very interactive. So students have
a lot of chance and time to speak this language.
EduGrove's student-centric methodology means that there are classes and programs to suit all Chinese learning needs. Besides enrichment classes for primary and secondary levels, the Chinese Playgroup program takes in students as young as 1, while preschool classes use interactive activities such as storytelling and sing-alongs to develop students' listening and speaking skills.
We take a lot of pride in developing our own curriculum and special materials. It closely follows the Ministry of Education syllabus for Chinese language at both primary and secondary school level. However, we customize the curriculum to work hand in hand with our unique teaching method. We know from experience and research that children learn best when they are enjoying the process and are praised and encouraged along the way.
Our lessons are held in spacious lead-filled studios that are equipped with state-of-the-art learning tools. From putting a playmat on the floor, mobile tables and chairs, playing soothing music, setting the drama lines, and using certain scents in the classroom. There are even days when we venture out of the studio in nearby sports and park areas, adding greater excitement and depth to learning.
We have also created an online learning platform so that students can access resources and materials from anywhere. They can consult teachers face-to-face in an online classroom session or use creative learning tools such as an online drawing board.
In school, we just do papers and do compose. But here, actually our teacher gave us a very interactive activity. For example, we can discuss with each other about the oral topic and bounce off ideas with one another.
Normally, I won't even speak Chinese at all, but after coming to EduGrove, they sort of forced us to step out of our comfort zone to speak Chinese. So that sort of helped me become more confident.
Last time, I actually thought Chinese was just a subject to take for exams. But now I feel like it's more than just a subject.
I think on the whole, I've become more comfortable with speaking in Chinese, definitely, and I've also grown to love the subject more. My grades usually fluctuate, not just for Chinese but all subjects. But for O-levels, I managed to put it up to an A2, thanks to Wan Laoshi.
I got A1 for O-levels.
My son, right? This is P4, he just finished his exams. He just got offered higher Chinese. That to me is remarkable, really. With 0, we didn't come from a Chinese-speaking background, and I was truly, first shocked, second very, very impressed.
At the heart of EduGrove's success is the team of highly motivated and passionate teachers. Every teacher is hand-picked after rounds of stringent selection tests and processes before going through a 6-month training program. Besides their top-notch Chinese language skills, they also have to be fluent in English to be able to communicate effectively with non-Mandarin speaking families and students.
Our teachers are simply the best. On top of their qualifications, we look for unique individuals, people who are fun, creative, imaginative, and deeply passionate about children, education, and language. Beyond the classroom, teachers work together with the students' parents and even their school teachers for a holistic teaching plan.
With an unwavering approach to education excellence along with strong business foundations, EduGrove is looking to spread its roots across the island as well as the rest of the region.
I want the students to feel this classroom is where they really enjoy it, and also they feel they are loved. They find it the place they are really looking forward to coming here, and when they recall the time they spend over here, they have a smile on their face.